stream. Are we actually live, chat? Sorry about that. I hope that we're live. I think I'm talking to nobody. Let's start again. Am I talking to myself? Let's see. You can hear me. Thank you, Jacob. Okay, I am here. I think there was something weird on the back end. Okay, thank you, my friends. I refreshed a tab. Did you guys hear my intro before? Because I started 2 minutes ago. So I'm just curious if I was just talking to myself fully, or if you guys just came right in with the, can you hear me? Hello? I think I was talking to myself there for a bit. Yo, you didn't hear that? Okay, well, let me do the whole intro again. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me for today's live stream. We had a really fun live stream last night with our friend Daltrick. If you missed it, the VOD is up, but definitely go check that out because we got into many different shenanigans, including bug eating, including Daltrick ended up making some crazy techno thing, which was resampled from my beat on Ableton Move. So there were a lot of fun things happening last night, including the beat challenge, which people seem to like and we might have to do again soon. So stay tuned for that, I guess. But thank you all for joining me here today. Welcome, everybody. Please drop where you're listening or where you're tuning in from this Saturday afternoon for me, that is, which is a different stream time than usual. So curious to see who's able to tune in. If you're not usually able to tune in, if this is a nice time. I'm just kind of spreading the streams out. There's morning streams, there's evening streams, there's afternoon streams, We're going to keep some chill vibes today. We are brought to you by Baby Audio today, who has sponsored the stream. We're going to be checking out Transit 2. So if any of you are excited or intrigued by Transit 2, please let me know in the chat. If some of you have already picked it up or have already checked out the trial, let us know that as well. There is a link in the description. There is a trial of this plugin, so you can try it totally free. Check that link out. And I've also got a discount code if you are thinking about picking up the plugin, if what you see here today entices you. We got people tuning in from the Pacific Northwest, from Hungary, from Chicago, from Poland, from Sweden, Detroit-ish. We'll take it. Detroit-ish. G'day, mate, from Australia. That's Winston. Romania. Quite multiple Polands, which is interesting. I also saw Greece and Scotland. Thank you all for tuning in. It's great that we have an international community. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of today, Daltrick said something after last night's stream which kind of meant a lot. She said, you've got something really special going here, referring to all of you in the community, because during last night's stream, the vibes were very, very positive and just very, very light and fun, even though we were getting into giving feedback and, through the creative process, which can be stressful. Everybody was super supportive of each other and just basically just having a good time. So she was like, yeah, you've got something really special going on here, which was really nice to hear from somebody else, especially another musician in the space, because it's not often that I get to have a third-party perspective into what we've got going on here. So y'all should be proud of yourselves for being part of such positive vibes. And on that note of positive vibes, I want to remind everybody that we are raising money for a great cause, the Music and Youth Initiative. We're raising money for them all month long. They provide access to music education in after-school programs around the country. So if kids want to learn to produce music, if they want to learn to play instruments, to be in a band, all that good stuff, they can go to a music clubhouse and learn how to do those things, find teachers to teach them, and find the equipment they need to learn to do that. So if you want to contribute to that good cause, it's as easy as donating $1, $5, $10 by clicking the donate button on this video here. or going to beattober.com/donate and learning about all the other ways you can contribute, including directly donating to Music and Youth Initiative if donating on YouTube isn't available in your region, and then also becoming a channel member, picking up sample packs, basically getting something in return for yourself, but I'm donating all the revenue from that stuff, including merch, to the Music and Youth Initiative at the end of the month. So we're going strong with the donations. People have been very, very generous every stream. We can keep the train a-rolling, raise a little bit of money today on a Saturday afternoon. Get your mom and dad's credit card. No, just kidding, just kidding. But tell your rich uncle, hey, there's this really cool nonprofit that we're raising money for. You should check it out if you're considering donating. Rich uncle, aunt, who can say? Too bad. Jimmy says, I want to order merch, but they can't deliver in Greece. I'll have to look into that for next year. Sorry about that. Barista Beats says, TAETRO brings good vibes. Well, you all also bring the good vibes. You know, electronic music production communities online, it's kind of, I don't want to say hit and miss, but I'll say it's not difficult to find toxicity. I don't know if you all agree, if you all are in other communities or other online spaces that have to do with music production. Kyle says she's a very talented woman. She is indeed very skilled performer, musician, producer, overall around good human being. So it's really great to have that traditional meeting with Daltrick every single year for Beattober. Really makes things special. Sino Productions says, weekend stream is ideal for me. Happy to be here. Haven't made it into a stream in almost a year. Well, thanks for jumping in on the weekend. I'm glad. It's good to know that weekend streams are good for people. I know sometimes I think my regular streaming day is like Monday mornings, and that's kind of an odd time for people. Winston says, good vibes are brought by everyone. That's right. We come together to make the good vibes. Neil says, hello from Spain. Hola. Kyle says, I bought the Mad Scientist t-shirt and a Beattober glass a couple weeks ago. Nice. Yeah, people seem to be really enjoying the merch this year, which is really cool. Jacob says, weekend streams are the best. I agree. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Some people want to watch from work on a Monday, or some people work from home, so it's easy to tune in. And then others want to tune in when they have free time, so the weekend is more appropriate for that. I love the vibes between you and Daltrick. Can we have her back? We'll have her back someday. We'll plan more content in the future. And if you're waiting for more Daltrick TAETRO collabs, just wait, because we're going to do a Beattober collab. Our annual, we do a cover every year for Beattober. I actually posted a carousel of 3 different covers from the past years. But you can head to my Instagram and check that out. But hey, everybody, to keep the good vibes a-rolling, just because you're here early and on time for the stream, unlike myself, I want to do a quick giveaway. And since Baby Audio is sponsoring today's stream, here, let me bring down our ambient music in the back here. Let me jump over here so you can see my screen. Since it's a Baby Audio sponsored stream and we are going to be checking out Transit 2, I wanted to give away this very cool plugin to kick things off today. Baby Audio has been very generous with the hookups for licenses and plugins. Listen to this. Very ominous synth. Very cool looking UI too. But this is Atoms. This is my favorite plugin by them in a while when it comes to synthesizers. Ominous, dark tunes. Barista Beat says Ghostwave vibes. Exactly. Perfect for your Halloween and spooky beats, I think. But I'm just in the ambient category, so that's probably why we're getting the spooky vibes. But I want to stick with it. Video drone. Oh, and a lot of these are also MPE. So if you got an MPE controller, that's where it's at too. Lawrence says Dune vibes. Yeah, that's true. There are some Dune vibes there as well. But hey, since it's the spirit of Beattober, it's kind of like our Christmas here almost. In the spirit of Beattober, y'all are here at the stream on time. Notification Squad gang. Let's run a giveaway. All I need you to do, since it's Baby Audio that is sponsoring today's stream and doing all these giveaways today, why don't you spam baby-related emojis? And real quick, before you spam those emojis, so I'm sure some of you are already getting ready, just read the note in chat. I just typed !winner, and Nightbot is going to leave a message there that gives you the exact steps that you need to take if you do win this giveaway. But I will say, if you won the giveaway, if you won one of these giveaways yesterday, I'm going to say you're not eligible today, since we want to spread the love with the giveaways. So if for some reason you get picked randomly from chat today, I'll re-roll it, but you already won something. You know what I mean? I want to spread the love pretty much. So go ahead, spam the baby related emojis. I'm going to put a minute on the clock. All you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is just spam the chat. That's it. 1 minute is on the clock. Let's give away Atoms by Baby Audio, a really cool sounding synth. I was actually rocking with it with the Seaboard and the Lumi. Because it is a pretty cool MPE capable synth, but there's some more conventional synth sounds in here as well. 30 seconds on the clock. Keep spamming those baby emojis. I see the avocado, the baby avocado emoji. That's very smart. But you can hear this kind of almost like string, plucked string like sound. So the engine here is very capable of a diverse amount of sounds. And just cool drones. It's so cool. All right, the timer is up. I'm going to roll the dice on a winner. I'm going to let all the delayed emojis settle down, and then I'm going to hit roll it. So we are rolling the dice. A winner of Baby Audio's Atoms. I'm going to hit the roll it button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. J-Song Music is the winner of today's giveaway. Or our first giveaway, I should say, because we're going to be doing another Baby Audio giveaway. We're going to give away BA1 at the end of today's stream. So that is a reason to stick around and hang out for the afternoon. What's up, J-Song? Congratulations. Go ahead and do an ! Winner in chat, or I just did it. So just watch out for Nightbot's message, which will give you the exact steps to follow. If any of those steps are confusing or hard to understand, please let me know. I do want to say, this is just one way you can win throughout the month of October. If you are already participating in Beattober, or if you want to actually win or like go for a specific prize, head to beattober.com and check out all the info here. Let's get our little ambient music back on. Head to beattober.com, go to bounties, because there's many bounties that you can go for, including the Notification Squad bounty, which you all were just a part of. That's me choosing a random person in chat. We have the Lander Sample Challenge, which means you can pick up some samples for free, basically get 1 month of Lander and enter that challenge and get some prizes for that. Future samples, same deal. I put it in Discord today. I'm gonna extend this deadline probably to the 30th, or at least to match the Lander samples challenge. And then Jamstick X Beattober for all you guitar players out there. If you want to win a Jamstick Studio MIDI guitar in orange, post your guitar beats, all the basic info for these bounties, what you need to do to enter, etc. is available here, beattober.com/bounties. But anything you want to know about Beattober, oh, how do I donate? Oh, what about the merch? What about these awards, which each come with a very cool prize? How could I go for one of these awards? I think many of you are definitely already eligible for one of these awards. Take a look at these categories and see if you can post some Beattobers that are specifically, like gunning for that category. The nomination forms are not up yet, but they will be up soon. So just make your magic, get it posted for Beattober, and then be ready to submit a nomination form. You can, of course, nominate yourself when the time comes. Jimmy says, are we going to review beats in this stream too? Yeah, we'll take some time at the end of today's stream to review people's Beattober beats. We did stream for 5 hours yesterday, which had me a little bit fried. I'm still even a little tired today. But I think we'll have time to review beats today. We'll make it a point to do it. Jordan needs help connecting the MPK Mini Play to FL. I think you probably don't need too much of a video. I think you just need to plug the USB into the computer. What's up, Wislow? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Wislow asks, are you giving away Transit 2 this month? Not doing a Transit 2 giveaway, unfortunately. Usually but for most companies, if they have new hardware or new software, they usually don't do giveaways in the early release period. So we're going to give away some other cool baby audio stuff. So just hang on tight for that. And let me just double check if I got the okay, cool. Yes, Jsong, I got your Instagram handle. Please make sure to follow the rest of the instructions, send me a DM on Instagram, all that good stuff, and I will just quickly make a note of your Instagram handle, and then we will move on with the stream. We'll get into making some cool sounds with Transit 2. What do you all know about Transit 2 so far? What do you want to know about Transit 2? Please let me know in the chat. Would love to follow along with you all. And also feel free to let me be your hands today. What I mean by that is if you see something you want to click on, oh, what does this do? Or what if you clicked on this and clicked on this? Let me be your hands today. Let's make this truly interactive. Jordan asks, need the pads and the keys to work simultaneously. Anyone in chat? You might need to route some MIDI channels. That's probably the next rabbit hole you have to go down. But any FL Studio users in chat that can help Jordan, I unfortunately can only take it so far. Jimmy says, what is this? It's beautiful. I think we're talking about the music. Let me put you on real quick because this is my ambient album, Music for Ghosts. And you can go listen to it right now. There's a 1-hour mix here on YouTube. Basically what it contains is the front half is the proper ambient album, the songs as they were recorded, with a nice animation by our very own Miss Nadia, who designed our merch and our intro animation. But then the back half of the album are the same songs but stretched. So let me go ahead and drop this playlist in the chat. If you need a nice ambient playlist and some spooky visuals for the Halloween season, go ahead and grab that playlist. All right, let's get to it. And I want to actually start this today. Wislow asks a very important question. Did you use Paul Stretch for the stretch? I did not, but I've been getting really into Paul Stretch lately in some offline music making that I've been doing. I just used Live to stretch it, which Live does a pretty good job. Okay. Let's jump into Transit 2, and Barista Beats can kick us off with a really decent statement. Seems like Transit 2 is a way of thinking about applying effects to tracks using SP404, but in software. You are on the right track and definitely the right mentality for Transit 2. Let me show you a video that I put together for Transit 2. I shot this while I was in Seoul. This was a really fun video to make, and I'm really happy with how it came out. But check this out. Let me know what you all think, or maybe you already saw this. Yeah, but what did you all think of that track? That was using Transit 2, and it's called Transit, right? So first of all, the whole premise of the video, I'm trying to do like in transit with Transit 2. I'm sure you all got that. But also I was using it a lot for transitions, which is a lot of what Transit 1 was purpose built for cool transitions. So not just your typical riser, but there's sort of like multi effects, lots of things happening and just growing and growing and growing. And Walking Feather shares a statement that's like not so far out there if you don't really know much about Transit 2. He says, to be honest, should have been a free update. But actually first of all, there's upgrade pricing for if you already own Transit 1. And there's also introductory pricing for it being a new product that you can take advantage of now. And the reason I disagree with you, Walking Feather, about it being a free update is because my next point is it's far more than just a transition device now. So they actually added a bunch of new modules essentially in it. So let me bring up Transit 2 and show you what I mean. Let's drop it into this project. Go down here. Let me show you. There's a lot of different ways of working with Transit 2. So like I mentioned before, it was often, I just dropped in Transit 1. Back out of that. Transit 2. So the major highlight for Transit 2 is instead of just being for transitions, now you can pretty much transform any sound and use it as a full-on sound design tool. And many people have talked to me, or you all know that I love the hologram microcosm pedal, and have talked to me about like, recreating that in software. I've started messing with making my own preset for Transit 2 that actually slightly delivers on that for at least one preset of the microcosm, but we'll get into that later. But let me do some like sound testing for you all so you can get a feel for what Transit 2 actually can do for your sound. So I have here just a basic electric piano sound. Straight up basic electric piano sound. Transit 2 is on the chain, but it's not activated yet. I'm just going to go through some of these first presets and show you what it does to this basic electric piano sound. This one is especially fun. So that one is for sure more like a transition effect. I think I'm in the transition effect category, but I still think some of these have cool sound design implications. Distortion. So like in just flipping through 3 of these, you see that we can just completely transform a sound. I'll switch to another one. So we can get crazy with it. And that's because there's just all new stuff built into here, like warp, mod filter, glitch, a retro reverb is in here now. There's a speaker emulator. I'll just click in here so you can see the modules, or I'm calling them modules. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be calling them. That might be what they call them actually. So here's all the modules that you can add. So each one of these squares, you can add a new effect here. And here's all the options we have to choose from. Chorus, autopan, bit crush, you can see them all here. There's a looper. There's speaker, which is new, so you can emulate a certain kind of speaker. There's warp, which is super cool because you can stretch the audio within the plugin. There's reverser, which sounds very, very cool. Here, let's play with that a little bit. Actually, let's go to like an initialized version of the plugin and let's add our own. Let's stack up, kind of make our own preset almost. So warp. Nothing's happening currently because I'm not doing anything. But if I stretch, I gotta turn up the plugin. So obviously that's an easy way to stretch audio from right in here. Go to higher speed. Oh, it's completely customizable that way. Yes, Winston, that's the thing. It's customizable, completely like modular in that way. Not modular, not like you freaks out there with the Euroracks. Just kidding, just kidding. Peace and love to my friends with the Euroracks. Let's switch to reverser. That's what I actually wanted to show off in the first place. So there's speed, memory, smoothing, and mix. And what speed is doing is giving us a half speed, 0.5, if you can see that. But let's make that times 2 so we get actually higher pitches coming through. And you can see we've only added 2 modules in and we're completely transforming the sound already. So we're warping the sound to kind of bring the pitch down, and then we're using reverser to add some reversed double speed sounds in there. Where did my... There we go. Got to feed it through the plugin. And just for a pleasant sound, let's go ahead and add retro reverb on top of this. We can change the memory, like sort of the grid for the reverser. Now, all of these modules, these 3 that we just added, warp and reverser and retro reverb, well, warp is 100% at 100% for the mix because we're playing with the pitch. So I really don't want to blend the pitches there. We'll start to get some out of key stuff. So I'll leave that at 100. But any of these knobs, you can see these 2 blue knobs here, which is the mix for the reverser and the mix for the retro reverb, we can tie to our big macro knob. And there's other ways, new ways to control the plugin as well. So if you notice that as I turn the macro knob, this blue knob here, these blue knobs are also turning. They're going from 0 to 100, I believe. And to talk about the customizability that Winston mentioned, we can change the range of these. And we can also invert them. So this will turn pink if I go the opposite direction. So then we would be going from wet to dry as I turn the macro knob. Take a look at that. So that's all reverser. So we actually lose the reverser and gain the reverb as I turn up the macro knob. And the way we link some of these controls to the big macro control is with these switches here. So if you notice these little circles in the middle, this one is illuminated yellow, this one over here as well. That means that that effect is tied to our big macro knob. So we could map the smoothing there. We could do things like with the speed or the stretch on the warping there. Any of these can be tied to the macro knob. I'm going to turn off warping for now. And let's actually switch. Let's like put on some spread here. Oh, I should have mentioned also that you can change the curve of this line. So you can see that that's a very clear slope, meaning as I turn up the macro knob, it's going to just go up at an even straight up incline. We can change that to be curved or inverse curve, I guess you would call that, so that it changes a little bit and then sort of swoops up as we get towards the end. All right, I'm going to throw the reverb down here at the end, move the reverser over, and let's add another effect in the middle. What should we add? If you all see specific modules that you want to check out, please let me know. But the update also includes some of these more utilitarian modules, including like EQ. So if something is getting like a bit too mid-rangey, or you wanted to accentuate some frequencies, you could go ahead and do that. And again, these are also things that you can tie to the macro. So if you're doing like a big transition effect, you might want to have like a nice high pass filter happening from this EQ, perhaps. I think there's probably an easier way to do that, but you could essentially bring that in as you turn up those knobs. Thank you, Walking Feather, who says, like the video and subscribe. Wislow says, logarithmic envelope attack curve, I believe is what those shapes are on that knob. Okay, thank you. I'll be sure to refer to it as that going forward. If you didn't know what you're doing, you'd miss so many hidden features. Well, I think that's true for anything, Winston, I would say. We're always picking on Winston, I think, but what I will also say is I think a lot of the how do I say this politely, the music production Reddit crowd, I think their response to like every new release of anything, whether it's a plugin or whether it's hardware, is like, oh, I can just do that with stock devices, and they are right in saying that. That's pretty much true for almost any plugin that I use. You could do it with a stock Ableton Live device. However, it's the speed and the efficiency, not even just the speed and efficiency to get you there, but also the process being inspiring or feeling like free. Whereas like if I had to make a macro audio effect rack with all of these different modules or types of effects, it would take me much longer to do with Ableton Audio Effects. I mean, if you're in the chat and you're like, I could do all this so fast in a rack with built-in stock plugins, more power to you, and maybe Transit 2 isn't for you. But I think we can go pretty far with Transit 2 because of the way that it's built, and because it's like purpose built for you to like make these interesting sounds. So whatever, let's keep going. I won't harp too much on that, and I will show you guys eventually my little preset rack that I was building ahead of the stream. We've got chorus here as well. It's got a looper in it as well. So I forgot who mentioned the 404 style effects, because that is, let's add the looper to this. And it gets pretty quiet when I turn up the macro knob. Oh, Barista Beats, yes. So actually, let me turn a bunch of these off. And let's play with a loop for a minute. You notice that it gets a bit quieter. That is also because the mix is not turned up. So we could create these quick little stutters, and we could also put sync on so that these are in time. So that's just a GG easy stutter effect. And if I may, that's 100 times easier than using Live's beat repeat device. Drop this in here. Tell me, what am I even looking at with the beat repeat device? And how do I trigger it? And how do I like make the thing happen that I want to happen? Beat repeat is not an intuitive device. I know how to do it now because of course I've studied the devices, but I just turned looper on, set it to 16th notes, and then I get a 16th note looper. So there's that. There's smoothing here, and then, like I said, there's timing as well. So let's see if we can create a fun looping effect. What I wanted to mention about the output volume, because you might build an effect that is going to cause the overall volume of your track to go down, like the effects are quieter than the actual dry signal, or the opposite, the effects make everything too loud in comparison to the dry signal. You can make this output dynamic, and you can basically set a minimum and maximum tied to this knob. So if you notice, as I change the macro, boom, 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 that's gonna actually boost the volume. So again, blue means go up, pink means go down. If we wanted to reduce gain, we just reverse that. Boom, 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 boom. So it's very flexible in that way, more flexible. I'm not harping on Ableton is very like, utilitarian DAW, I would say. But if we say have a effects rack like this one that's already pre-built, I'm looking at like this gray, like numbers, very small interface. I'm chaining things together. Like I said, if you have $0 and zero budget for plugins, you should just use what's available and what's free to you. But if you have the luxury of being able to pick up some plugins that can improve your workflow, I would definitely recommend doing so, because going in here and like mapping from over here to over here, that becomes a very arduous process, in my opinion. So a plugin with an interface that makes things a lot easier to do is welcome in my book. Especially since I'm diving in, which I don't even normally do. So this is a testament to Baby Audio's ease of use with Transit 2. I'm usually a preset surfer, which I'll still use a lot of presets from Transit 2. But the idea of being able to build my own doesn't seem too intimidating for Transit 2. BJM says, I got the first one, never use it. I wonder, is this one different to make me use it more? Well, I think people should just be cautious with purchasing plugins in general. You should buy a plugin because you immediately know how you're going to use it, not just because you're hyped on using it, not just because I'm here showcasing it. So there are more utilitarian functions. There are also more fun functions like the reverser, the looper, and different ways of interacting with the macro control, which we'll get into in a minute. Barista Beats says, as you mentioned, using Ableton effects racks macros is one way, but then there's Transit 2 and likely a dozen more ways and more other plugins. People have to pick what they want. Exactly. I'm not here to tell you guys that the new thing is the best thing and spend your money in unwise ways. I'm here to say, if you connect with this process of doing this, and this looks like a thing that would be inspiring for you, you should just at least check out the free trial. All right, so I like that looping there. If we did tie the length to motion, that's pretty cool. And what we could do is actually lower the starting point. Okay, I like that as a start. Let's keep going. I like having spread. I just like using this for width. Everything becomes nice and wide. I'm going to get rid of the EQ. Let's just swap it out for something. We could add some noise, but I might save that for later. Let's just throw it in there and try it out. All right, I have plans for that. I'm just gonna keep it a very light noise. I'm also gonna bring down the cutoff. Bring that cutoff way down. Very subtle noise. Is that too subtle? I think we don't need the resonance going to the motion. I'd like the resonance to be constant. And let's do a high pass filter actually on the noise. And bring the gain down. I just want a touch of noise coming through. Bunny, long time no see. How have you been doing? I hope you're well. Oh, Wislow says, could use 2 loopers and do different amounts. So the mix wet dry to layer to get several repeats of different lengths. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I do like how I have it though, with like the loop length getting shorter as we go up. I kind of like that as like a drop maker. But I want to add some extra sparkles in there. Let's see what adding reverser does to this. What's up, Arnie? So you just jump in. If you all are just jumping in, we are checking out Transit 2 today by Baby Audio. Oh, that's interesting. This is already inverted. Let's actually make that not inverted. The mix on the reverser, that is. And I think it doesn't even have to go to max. Let's bring that down. I'm going to save my delay and reverb for sort of the final slots here. What's up, Texas Stowe? A lot of people just jumping in right now. Thanks for joining another Beattober stream. I hope you're all doing well. If you are just tuning in, you missed the giveaway at the top of the stream, but we will be giving away a copy of Baby Audio's BA1 at the end of today's stream, so stick around. And what's good, Bedrock Bear? Nice to see you. What's good, Con Falcon? Nice to see you as well. Good question from Wislow in the chat. So for clarity, green is reverse and blue is forward. How would you define those? Pink. Wait, is this a color blind situation? Pink is reverse. Pink. Like this color here is in reverse. And you can kind of see in the UI as well, there's a triangle playhead there. So that meaning that the motion is going to start from there and go this way, counterclockwise. Whereas if I do this the other way and have it be blue, sometimes it's hard, boom, like blue, there's a playhead here. We know the motion's going to go clockwise. And the whole macro changes colors too. Hope that makes sense. That's already getting cool. And don't forget, we're just putting this on a very simple electric piano riff because I want to keep the sound simple so you can actually hear what the plugin is doing. But I want to put some other sounds through it as well. Please tell me it comes with a manual. Yes, there's get manual button right there in resources. And there's also helpful stuff that will pop up if you hover over certain things. That will tell you what to do. And it loads with a little tutorial at the beginning like most plugins do. Oh, Bobby Lime says, wait, where did that chat go? Love this plugin. Purchased immediately. Good to know. What are you loving the most about it, Bobby Limes? J-Song says the microcosm gene is there. Just you wait. We haven't really gotten to that yet. I'm not going to fully say, oh, you can recreate the microcosm with Transit 2, but I did create an effect that is very similar to an effect I use often on the microcosm. Let's continue with this process, though. I really like this sound. Oh, Texas Doe makes a good point. It says, I think press random button is the best way for everything always. There is a randomize button here, and there are also locks for different aspects of the plugin. So you can like keep certain things or randomize just single modules. So it's cool. All right, I like the reverser. We are just turning up the mix of the reverser. I think it's time to possibly add some delay in here. So let's go ahead and do that. You could even add like a delay, then another loop. Oh, I'm getting crazy with it, actually. Just looking through. Okay, yeah. Delay. Let's stick to the main idea. Mix is going up over time. And we have dotted eighth notes. I might just make that faster. Dotted sixteenths. And I'm going to turn on ping pong so we get lots of stereo sound in there. Even at halfway, that's sounding quite nice. But do notice that I am using the dynamic gain here so that we don't lose gain as I turn up the plugin. I mean, it's like an evolving sound anyway, so we are going to lose some. We're losing some in one area and we're gaining some in another area. So I'm just getting everything to be kind of leveled out. I'll bring down the noise a little bit. I just want a touch of noise there. The noise is an effect, or is it coming from a sound? Yeah, it's an effect. It's right here, the noise module, which has a filter and a cutoff and a resonance, etc. The overall mix mode on the bottom left is the best update, right? Because we can do a dynamic mix too. So I didn't even talk about this, but this is an overall sort of dry wet for the plugin. So I can bring the mix down to 1. Slowly bring that up. Oh, sorry. So you can maintain some of the dry signal at least, but again, this has a dynamic function as well, which will function the same way as the overall output volume. Maybe we could do something with the slope actually on the length. Wait, what the hell am I doing here? There we go. Let's go up to 80 on the mix. I like to, I felt like I was building a transition effect at first, but I feel like this is a really nice way to turn something into an ambient bed. And I might turn the looper mix down actually. A little something like that I think sounds kind of cool. To even resample that would be cool. Okay, I have 2 more slots left. I think I want to reserve the final slot for a reverb. I guess the spread we could probably do without, if it would probably be the least dramatic of the modules that we could be using. Mod filter, I don't know, does anybody have a suggestion for what we can plot in here? Tremolo, there's a basic utility in here now, which is good. We could do something with the pitch. Let's just play with that for a minute. Oh, duh. We're not doing anything to the pitch at the moment. Should we go up an octave? This is also how some of those pitch rise. Oh, hold control for semitones. Duh. Boom. That was easier. Let's bring that down. Oh, I did plus 13. How did I end up doing that? Okay, there we go. And then let's tie that to the mix knob as well. Again, I haven't even shown the other ways of dealing with this macro, but I will do that once we build this module here. Oh, Wislow says add another looper. I'm not opposed to doing that. I just wanted to experiment with the pitch for a minute. Little LFO depth on there. Literally put it at a 3. The rate is at 1 hertz. We could probably slow it down, which gives us a little tape effect almost. That's actually a really, thank you for this compliment, I think, Wislow, but this is the most user-friendly way I've seen TAETRO get into the ambient vibes. That is articulating it in a way I had not yet thought of, but I think that you're right. Because it's a one-stop shop. Usually when I'm doing ambient vibes, it's like, okay, re-record this audio, then resample it, then slow it down, then run it through this Max for Live device, then run it through this over there. And with this, I am using like a single plugin to get this sound. Jimmy says, does it have a little chorus? No, what you're hearing is the pitch module, which is just pitching, giving us a up an octave signal. So those higher notes, but then I'm doing a slight LFO on the pitch, which is already baked into the pitch module, which is giving us that little pitch shifty vibe. Superman says something important. I do enjoy that its effect names aren't hiding behind names like sauce and drip. Makes learning the stuff on stock plugins easy, at least for me. Yes. I had a thought about that because sometimes I do like a little bit of consulting for music tech stuff. And I haven't offered this advice because I had just been formulating it, but don't come up with a new name for something that already has a good name. Don't call your saturator sauce or whatever it is. I'm not speaking about any particular plugin, but don't give cutesy names to the controls in your plugins, you know? One Suave Studio says, low-key sounds like my Chase Bliss Mood Mark II pedal. That's a bold statement, but I think the pedal crowd should be, the pedal crowd, you've got your pedals already. But for those of you that are like, wow, people do really cool things with pedals, but I don't really want to invest in that kind of hardware. Maybe Transit 2 is the software you've been looking for. Now, on the other hand, we could change these around. We could move it. Stop it. Move over here and just switch those and have the pitch come before the delay. Now I've been saving everything. I've been saving retro reverb because I do want to have a big space at the end of this to make a big cloud of magic. Retro reverb. Bigger decay. Tails on. We put that at 50%. That's actually a nice little ambient bed. Pretty cool, right? Let's look at this because there's the macro, which is the basic way to interact. Let me jump over here and show sequencer, which we can trigger this effect to happen over the course of a certain time. So I can have this happen for a quarter note's length. Trigger that again. Let's trigger it to happen over a bar. 1, 2, 3. Again. 3, 4, go. It's like launch quantization, but within this plugin. So what happens if we build that up over time? And then we have the percentage here. So let's say we only want it to build up to 75% over 4 bars. So 16 beats. Press play. And then you can trigger it again. There is also a pendulum in a loop mode, so I could loop that, and that would just continue to happen every 4 bars. So press play on that. Have it evolve. And just have that cycle continue. Pendulum would be great for this. Let's try pendulum. You're right, because then it starts to like breathe with the effect. And maybe actually, Let's bring that up to 20%. So the minimum it can go down to is 20%. Maybe that's a little strong at 86%. Let's bring it down. What do we think of that? Yeah, Wislow says, I didn't realize you could set both ways. Those arrows are super important. Yeah. Once you learn, because I think part of this UI of the plugin is like these circles seem unimportant. You know what I mean? Like these just seem part of like the graphic, but they are really important because they're the main thing that sends that particular knob to motion. So if you notice any little circles, basically you know you have a thing you can turn on or off. So it is something to pay attention to. There's little arrows here that indicate ping pong delay in the delay module. I think that doesn't even look like a button. I mean, it looks grayed out when it's off, but on, and you can turn it on. But yeah, there are little subtleties like that. But once you learn sort of like the visual language of this plugin, I think you get a feel for it. Every 2 bars. And then I can stop it as well. I can trigger that at any time at different rates. I want to try one thing before we move on from this. I will like show you more on the plugin in a minute, but I'm thinking, could I generate like a whole ambient piece with just this loop? And if I go into live, if I look at the MIDI and we go here and we can change the chance of each note. So right now the chance of each note is at 100%. If we bring the notes down to an 80% chance-ish, so the melody should, in theory, be different every time. In theory. It almost makes me also want to put another transit 2 on this. Not only that, I'm just going to go into the synth itself, which is a wavetable preset. And I'll make one more adjustment in the plugin and then we'll move on. I'm going to get rid of spread so I have space for another module. I don't think it's going to have that large of an impact on the sound. And what I want to change it for is potentially either pitch or warp. I'm not sure. If we do warp, I want it to be the step just before reverb. But I need to... Oh, I need to turn the mix up for this because I don't want to be transposing weirdly. And maybe I'll put warp before delay. So I'm using warp to stretch that in real time. This is something I would have to resample to really achieve previously. So now, really quick, let's exit out of Transit 2 for a moment. Let's have a moment of zen. What I will do is go to Field Recordings. Put a little bit of reverb on there. And now we're in a dream, my friends. What do we think? Winston says, and time to go to sleep. Wizla says, this is an entire ambient track. Exactly. Chocomint, that's a nice ethereal sound. Interestingly, Barista Beat says, I'm hearing Close by Nick Jonas. Interesting. Basic Audio Processing V2 is looking real pretty. Oh, thank you. The color coding, especially. I was thinking I should just release that for free and put like pay what you want, and we could probably raise some money for Beattober. Any other time divisions available than those 8 sequence triplet dotted? It doesn't appear so. Your Peloder. It does not appear so. Hello, Diana. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I know you've probably been busy with things, but it's nice to see you in a stream again. Okay, but we actually haven't really... Sorry, we haven't really covered the other ways of interacting with the sound. So yes, we have these segments. There's no like triplets or anything here. But there are things like LFO, which you can see... It doesn't have that effect where you can sort of like cue it in, but is a way to have a constant rate going, which you can sync like that. And here you do get the different subdivisions, so you might be interested in that. So we can almost achieve the same effect that we were just doing by setting this to 4. And then messing with the range, because I had adjusted the range previously as well. If we wanted to go full into random, or like have it be even more chance driven, we could set the wave to random, and this will bounce between the different ranges. Couple more ways to trigger all of these motions from happening. We have follower, which is going to follow basically the transients of the sound itself. So every note is going to trigger the motion. So you can see that happening in the range here. But it's not, they're like, the attack is like really short. So we can turn up the release. And if we turn up detection, That's getting us some interesting effects, because remember, the loop length is changing, so it's catching like a different, it's like reacting to the audio and then grabbing different parts for looper. So that could be, in this case, this is kind of like an odd use for it, but in like percussion, actually you want to try to throw like a random drum loop onto this? Let me see if I have something. Do I have a straight up drum loop here? Let's check. I have really no idea what would happen. Actually, let me just pull it from, I could probably just build a quick drum loop here. Let me exit out of that for a second. Open up an audio track. Set lasers to drums. And then let's just build a very simple kick snare pattern. Sorry. Boom. It's going to be much louder than what we were working on before. Huh. Square Breaker says Interstellar 2 movie soundtrack in the making, right? It was giving like a little bit of that organy kind of Interstellar sound. I'm just going to build up a simple kick pattern here. Folks, if you are just tuning in, thanks for hanging out. We're checking out Transit 2 by Baby Audio today, but more importantly, this is a stream that's a part of Beattober, a month-long event for producers. People are making beats every single day, posting to Instagram. We're also raising money for a great cause, the Music and Youth Initiative. We raised a lot of money on last night's stream, so thank you for everybody for being so generous with your donations. They're a great nonprofit that set up music programs that are oftentimes free for kids. Kids can jump in and work in a studio, do music production, learn music production, learn to be in a band, all that kind of cool stuff. I'm just going to add a snare here. So if you are interested in donating to the cause, you can find out more about it by going to musicandyouth.org, or you can, if you like what you hear anyway, you can just hit the donate button on this video. Is there a donate button on the video, everybody? Just double check for me if that's true. Somebody call me out if there's not a donate button on the video. I'm using samples from a free sample pack. So there's lots of freebies getting given away during Beattober. We got free sample packs over at beattober.com/bounties. Oh, there's no donate button on the video. I'm sorry, y'all. That would explain. That would definitely explain. Oh, I messed up. Everybody hold that thought. I'm going to bring you some magic with Transit 2 in just a moment, but I need to adjust that. For those of you who don't know, YouTube does make it slightly different. It's a slightly annoying process to make sure videos have the donate button on them. And you kind of have to manually go into the fundraiser and do it. Let me know if the donate button appears. Everybody, but yes, if you would like to donate to the Music and Youth Initiative, there should be a donate button appearing on this stream at any moment. Perhaps you'll have to refresh. But thank you all for hanging out. Beattober.com if you want to find out more. I know a lot of you are just tuning in. It's there now. Okay, great. Who wants to be our first dono of the day, since I just mistakenly didn't have the donate button on the stream at all? All right, I'm just going to put this basic backbeat, and then what I want to do is take the exact same Transit 2 and put it on these drums and use follower just to see what happens, because drums, very clear transients, and I'm unsure how it will how this will sound with drums and pitching and stuff. So let's see. Oh, I know. We're going to have to turn warp off for this one, I think. Oh, it just turns it into an instant break. Interesting. Here, let's actually bring this down. I'm I'm hearing that reverser do some cool stuff. Yeah, this probably isn't the best example, but for percussion, there's lots of cool ways to use the follower. We could have designed a better sound for that, but we pretty much designed a sound that was specifically for this kind of ambient pad situation. Yo, Bobby Limes, thank you for the 20 euros. Appreciate it. The donate button appeared and Bobby Limes came through. Thank you so much for donating to the Music and Youth Initiative, breaking the seal. I can't believe I left the donate button off the stream. Y'all can call me out on future streams. Not that it's your responsibility, but you can call me out on future Beatober streams if there's no donate button. So just to refresh everybody's memory, because you might have just tuned in, if I turn off Transit 2, this is the sound that we're working with. Just a very basic electric piano with a high attack. Turn on Transit 2. I turned the attack back up, so now that's coming down the pipeline, or turned it back down. Oh, I forgot that I switched this to follower mode. I did like the mode before, and I do want to continue to demonstrate other modes to you, but there's also a sidechain mode, so whereas follower is taking the source from the actual sound itself, you can get a sidechain input from your other tracks. Like if you wanted to sidechain to a kick or any other kind of instrument, you could do that, and sidechain in Transit 2 could react. The motion could be controlled by a sidechain, which is super cool. There's gate, which almost works similarly to what we were doing before, but it's a click and hold, which could be super fun to map to a controller for performance. You just hold it and then release. So that's the difference between gate and sequencer. So there's different modes here other than just the normal macro. I'm going to set mine back to sequencer. I'm going to leave it on this pendulum looping thing, because I like the way this sounds as it sort of waxes and wanes in and out. I really like this ambient pad, and if we unsolo this, but turn off the drum group, we'll get our field recording back in, and now we can have a little moment of zen. What do we think? And it's cool because it's ever evolving. The probability on the initial electric piano is changing. Texisto, thank you for the big dono. A 250 Roan. What are Roans? I need to know. What is this currency? Thank you so much for the donation. Roan currency. Thank you so much. It's the Romanian leu. Much appreciated. Roman lei, sorry. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. It's fun. All right. Any further questions about Transit 2 today, folks? I think I want to save this preset, actually. Let me just call it TAETRO Ambient 1. Save that in user. Confirm. But look at all these presets here. And there's different kinds of preset. Oh, you can't see anything. There's different kinds of presets. Transition, motion, multi-effects, glitch. And then there's the Transit 1 presets as well. How much does it cost? Let's go to the product page. Transit 2. There's also a link in the description, and I also have a $10 off coupon. And I also want to remind you that there is a full free trial, and you should not feel pressured into buying it at all unless it's something that you think you can take inspiration from. I believe, yeah, there's an intro sale currently. The intro sale, the price is 40% off, so it's currently at $79, and then I believe you can stack my code TAETRO10 on top of that and get an additional $100. No. An additional 10% off. Sorry about that. And let's see, what did Bobby say? Bobby said if you have Transit 1, it's $100 off. Okay, good to know. So if you already have Transit 1, there's an upgrade price. But there is a free trial as well. So use the link in the description. Just grab the free trial, try it out. Don't just buy the plugin just because we're talking about it today. Buy it if you think it can do something inspirational for you. AO said, you said it. It's legally binding. Yes, if you use my code, you get $100. It's the craziest coupon code I've ever had. Apollocus, nice to see you. Woohoo, made it 1 year in at kids cheerleading thing. There's a lot of parent gang out there. Shout out if you're parent gang. A lot of people like making their Beattober beats from the car during soccer practice, tuning in from the streams during cheerleader practice. It's crazy. Whoa, I just saw the donation number. Woohoo. Yes, we've been raising lots of money for Music and Youth Initiative. The number is going up. We've got this YouTube donation button that has a total on it. I'm not sure what the total is at now. And then we've also got the income coming from merch sales, from sample pack sales, and a bunch of other sources. So beattober.com/donate if you want to find out about all those ways, and if donating here on YouTube is not available in your country. Yeah, but here on the page you can find out what's new in V2. I know that was a question. We went over some of it already. But so I think there was a little bit of criticism at the beginning of the stream, somebody mentioning like, oh, this should be a free update. And I can't really I can't agree with you on that. I think if they just added new presets, or maybe if they just added maybe one new module, I would say, yeah, maybe that should be a free update. But they added several new modules, and they added more modes, more ways of interacting with the motion that really make it upgrade. I can imagine that these are probably things that they wanted to add in V1, but they wanted to just get V1 out there and see what people thought of it as a transition device. And now they've upgraded it into a full-on sound design device, I think. So that's at least how I'm looking at it. And you can see how quickly we got to this beautiful ambient situation here, which Wislow put it well. This is the most user-friendly way I've gotten to this kind of sound, and I have to agree. It just comes down to if you want to do everything in one plugin, or if you want a versatile tool that you can do in one plugin, or do you want to be grabbing a bunch of different devices from a bunch of different places, which of course people have their favorites and they're well-versed in their own tools. Not trying to say those people should be converted, but I am saying I did get to a very nice, pleasant sound just from doing this. All right. We're going to get into beat reviews, but I want to show you one more sound with Transit 2. I'll show you the preset that I made earlier, which kind of really strongly mimics the microcosm. So here is just another, I'll turn off the field recording for now. Just some random chords on the electric piano. No Transit 2 yet. Stretched out the sustain on that. So let's grab Transit 2, and I'm going to play you another preset that I had built earlier, which leans in the ambient. Is anybody disappointed that we went with the ambient direction today? We could have played it with like more aggressive presets and stuff, but I chose to do the ambient because I feel like everybody, like Make Pop Music is a good channel you all should watch. He's super funny and makes good content, but he's using it more in like the typical production workflow, which I think that's a good resource for you all to check out. But the way I've been feeling lately about the videos that I make and the things that I share with you all is that I don't want to do the same thing that every other creator is doing, which is like, here's the new thing, and here's the basic process of how you interact with this new thing, and here's the basically me reading you the manual, which is valuable content. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm like, if a lot of other people are doing that, maybe I can do something else. You know, maybe I can give a more unique perspective, seeing that there are very good people showing things off in the basic way. That's sort of my thinking there. All right, so I'll go to user. I'll go to T1 because this was my like demo thing that I was getting into. But anyway, here it is from the jump. It's sparkly. I swear to you all, this is straight out of my microcosm. I'm gonna make this dynamic. I'm gonna have the volume go up. This is so similar to one of the presets that I love to use on the microcosm. And it all comes from that simple electric piano sound. Let me turn warp on because this is a sort of like stretching that you can do. And we're going to have fun with this stretching in a minute. So just watch this. We're going to turn the mix up. This is like sad and slow. I'm going to throw a utility on the other end of this because I realize I need to do some like gain adjustments. What's up, Tom? Happy Saturday. But this is the kind of sound I want to be listening to at all moments of the day. So I'm using warp to stretch the sound here. Basically, all I'm doing is slowing the speed of the sound here, actually. I haven't done any real stretching yet. So let me go ahead and I'll bring warp up. And then we'll stretch. And then this becomes totally like Dream World. Let's do the same thing we did before and possibly turn on some probability here. Or could we use the like mutate function? Maybe I don't want to get into that actually. No, not that. Sorry, we broke the piece. All I want to do is I'll just do the probability for now. We'll mess with stuff like that in the future. Just go ahead, bring down the chance, 77%. And suddenly, again, let me... Oh, sorry, warp is on? This is what it sounds like originally. Simple electric piano plugin. Basically just playing chords. Start turning up these macros. I think Reverser is one of my favorite modules, which is super cool because it's not just Reverser, it also can double time and half speed the sound. And then warping. The more I speed it up, the more I can stretch. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. So whereas previously I was really using Transit 1 for transitions, I've really gotten into it for this kind of really fun ambient sound design. And I was going to get into this today, but I won't belabor the point too much. I've got my Chic, I forget what this controller, the name of the controller is, but by Chic Studio. You can find them. I tag them on Instagram all the time when I'm using this controller. It is just a bunch of knobs, but if I start thinking about mapping all of these knobs to some different things in Transit 2, I'm really thinking about putting together some type of ambient live thing where I can generate these types of sounds live. What do we think? Let me throw in the field recording. Oh, what controller is that? Yeah, let me give Chic Studio a shout. I've been tagging them. I've done a couple Instagram Beattober beats with this controller, but they're pretty cool. Really nice guy. We met before he sent me the controller. We were just talking about, you know, music making and music tech and what's cool out there and what artists need from controllers. And it's cool to talk to the actual person who makes the controllers, you know what I mean? And is actually making the music tech, and it's not a giant conglomerate, you know? But I will just give them a quick shout there in chat. Hello to everybody just jumping in the stream. If you just jumped in, nice to see you. Also, if this is your first stream, say hi. If you've never been into a stream before, we would love to welcome you accordingly. Mystery Beats says it's a magic box. Yeah, Transit 2 is kind of a magic box. Watch out, they'll want to quote you for the website. The difference is wild. Yeah, the original sound versus the cool ambient tones that we're getting now. Cool. glad y'all enjoyed that. One Suave Studio says, have you looked into Monome Norns? It's basically an ambient box / mini sound computer. I've been a big fan of the folks making the Monome stuff. What's interesting to me is, like, I think you got to be semi deep onto the programming side of things to be into the Monome stuff. It's beautiful hardware, no doubt about it. It's beautiful hardware, but I've always been intimidated by what it takes to actually get the nice sounds and things out of the box, because it's not like you can just plug it into Ableton Live, or I'm sure you can, but yeah, there's a lot of more accessible controllers out there. Tiffany Anthony says, I'm going to go grab the trial version. This is too inspiring right now. I love to hear it. I hope you're inspired. Take that time with the trial and make sure you don't make any purchases based on just hype. But don't forget, we've got the coupon code if you do end up enjoying it. John Jill says, this is really awesome if you're releasing multiple versions of the same track. True, you could do a slow and a remix version or something of the track with Transit. Oh, Bobby Lime says, just paid for an Ableton course on Udemy. It felt like they were reading the manual to me. Wish it was TAETRO. Yeah, I've been bouncing around the idea of doing a new Ableton Live course. We'll see if I can bring that to life. The plugin can spark a lot of emotion. Maybe I'll buy a lot of inspiration, Maybe I'll buy it one day. Sometimes I don't create enough of motion in my songs. I think that was the initial mission of Transit 2. Was to, I think the quote on the website is something like, no more boring mixes or something like that, which originally as a transition device, it very much succeeded at. On my album, Conditions Where the Future Can't Be Delivered, basically all of the tracks on that album I did a final pass, not mastering, but I did a final pass with Transit, just making all of the transitions interesting, making the bridges interesting, all of that. And Transit 2 is like a super fast way to do that, which is otherwise like a very nebulous process. I think it's giving me ideas. Yes. Hello, Lunar Glitch. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Vincent, hi. Vincent says, was nice to discover Doll Trick yesterday, by the way. Thanks for saying that, Vincent. Yeah, she's awesome, right? I hope you, if you didn't, you should definitely go do a deep dive on her channel, or at least her Instagram. You can see all her cool performances. She's like basically traveling the world at the current moment, doing different electronic music and teaching related things. So very, very cool. SZ, hello from Finland. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. One Suave Studios putting my mind at ease about the Monome. There are hundreds of ready-made scripts you can dive into, no coding necessary. I even started learning some LUA to add features. It's like Max for Live. Okay. Maybe one day. I mean, since I've been into electronic music, I've just watched and marveled at the Monome videos. So Jessica says, I just got my first MIDI controller and have been watching your courses. Thank you so much. To learn, wish I did this years ago. I hope the courses are helpful. I know a lot of the Ableton Live course is using Live 11, but a lot of it is completely transferable to Live 12. So I hope you find your way around quite easily. All right, we're going to get into listening to people's beats from around the world. I want to remind everybody that our Discord community is open all month long. Usually it's for members only, but if you go to beattober.com, http://beattober.com, there's a link to the Discord right on the homepage. So if you want to connect with more of the people that are in chat today, join us. Join the Beattober section of our Discord for the rest of the month. If you all don't know, we are raising money for a great cause all month long, a nonprofit called the Music and Youth Initiative. They build music programs in after-school programs for kids. So kids get access to studios, they get access to instruments, teachers to teach them all those things, and they can basically show up to one of these programs and do it at will. you know, that kind of thing, instead of school where it's like show up to school, learn this thing that's already planned for you. No, when I was a music director at a music clubhouse for Music and Youth Initiative, basically kids would come in every day. They'd be like, oh, I heard this song on the radio, this song just came out, I want to learn how to play it on drums, or I want to learn how to remake the beat, or I want to learn how to play the melody on guitar. Boom, we'd get right into it. And it's cool to have a space like that for kids. Or kid just gets out of school and they're like, I just want to jam on the drums because I have a lot of energy to get out. And maybe they're not like a gym kid. Maybe they don't want to go play basketball or something. Hop in the practice room, jump on some drums. Those are the kind of spaces that Music and Youth provides. So if any donation helps, if you can donate $1, $5, $10, it's all going to a great cause. And there's a donation button on the video and other ways to contribute at beattober.com/donate. But at the very least, if you're feeling the good vibes here, join our Discord, which is available at beattober.com. For the kids, says Jimmy. Indeed, for the kids. One Suave Studio says, I want Live 12 so bad, but those MIDI clip effects, my PC is too old for those MIDI clip effects, but my PC is too old and can't run it. Yikes. Might be time to upgrade. Winston says, why is Live so expensive? I would say it's priced. If I think about how much I've used Live and how much value it's added to my life, I would say Live is priced quite reasonably. And also they offer student pricing. Tiffany says, I somehow produce children that are non-musical. I think that's kind of how it happens, right? If the parent is into a thing, the children end up interested or going in another direction. Anyone know of any other programs like Music and Youth Initiative? I'm curious to hear that in the comments below. The thing about it is, Music and Youth Initiative is like a nonprofit that works with other nonprofits. So if y'all have boys and girls clubs in your cities, or if y'all have YMCAs in your cities, or organizations like that, the problem at organizations like those is they don't have any guidance for how to set up a music program. So they could hire a music teacher to come in to a boys and girls club or whatever, but that music teacher doesn't get the funding to like build a studio, or that much funding to like get instruments or equipment. So they come in and maybe they bring their own stuff, or maybe they just set up in the back of a library or in a room that's not a dedicated music space. So that's what Music and Youth Initiative does. They come into these other after school programs and say, hey, you want a music program? Like, this is how to do it. Here's the blueprint for building a small, medium, or large music clubhouse. That is why it's a nonprofit that I love supporting, because it just makes so much sense. Like, you can't expect these other types of after school programs that are doing great things, that are like providing homework help or providing meals for kids. You can't expect them to be like, oh, we know exactly how to build a music studio in our program, you know? But it is largely in America. So if there's other international programs doing similar things, let us know in the chat. Apollocus says, I tried to teach one of my daughters guitar, only to find she had claimed one of my old guitars and taught herself. Nice. Okay, I want to grab some water because we streamed a lot last night and I gotta keep talking if we're gonna do a beat review. So real quick, if you're participating in Beattober and you've been making beats, I'm about to open up Discord and hit everybody with the go, but I would like it if you already posted today, please post again. I would like don't post yet. Hold that thought. Stream beat review. All right, some of you already posted. Okay. I just like to do the GIF thing because it helps me stay organized. But if you haven't posted, or if you already posted, it would be helpful if you just dropped in your link again into the Discord. I know some of you got ahead of the game, but it helps me stay organized. Stream Beat Review is the channel. And now what I'm going to do is grab some water. head to the restroom, and then we will listen to some of your fellow community members from around the world. So stick around, don't go anywhere. We're giving away another we are going to be giving away another baby audio plugin at the end of this stream, BA1. So if you are interested in winning another synth, it's worth sticking around. For now, let me leave you with these dulcet ambient tones as I run to the restroom. Hope this brings you some peace. Be right back. And we're back. How's everybody doing? The ultimate procrastination question from Choco Mint. Does anyone know where I can get some themes for Ableton? It's interesting. I often get comments, not often, but fairly regularly, I get a comment being like, oh, tell me what your Ableton theme is. What's your Ableton theme? I literally just either switch between light mode or dark mode, but depending on the time of day. Or depending on my mood. But I do want to caution you, Choco Mint, with peace and love. Just pick one of the stock themes. Maybe switch between them as your day goes on. But don't focus too much on that. Is there a dark mode? Yeah, you can switch it right in the settings. Themes and colors. Themes. These are like different themes. I just keep mine on default, and then you can switch between light and dark. You can even tint it if you want. If you want a warmer tone or a cooler tone. I just keep mine at neutral. But for me, like sometimes like my living room is very bright, or sometimes if I have the window open here, it gets very bright. So light mode is a lot easier to see. All right, y'all. Any final questions before we get into checking out people's beats? Any final thoughts? We can of course chat while we're listening to beats. But let's get into it. All right, I'm wondering if everybody who posted before posted again. I hope that you did. I'm going to start after the GIF. So if you posted before the GIF, you got to post it again. I know, Choco Mint. I'm just teasing. But it's like when I'll have like a video that's like a 25-minute tutorial on like how to do something, and then the comment will be, bro, let me know your Ableton theme. It's like, bro, please just pay attention. Please just pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, let's open up the first one. Thank you all for being patient and for dropping them in again. Here we go. I'll bring Discord over here. We'll make this nice and big, and let's go through the beats. Don't forget, we'll give away another Baby Audio plugin at the end of the stream. Enjoy, cheer each other on, go give a follow to some of the artists that you see today if you're not already following them. And let me adjust the sound accordingly. Let me know how the beats to voice volume is. Okay, here we go. Check, check, check on the beats to voice. Crushed it. Cool. Great job, Jacob. Yeah, I think a lot of people are complimenting the singing. John Jill says, Sigaros, I agree. 100%. Very similar voice. I don't know if you've listened to them, Jacob. Jimmy says, I like the mixing of the vocals. They sound professional. Arnie says, cute voice. Lots of compliments in the chat. Yes. Well done. A great way to kick off today's beat review. Daltrick was also complimenting on people's like progression because she's been around for several Beatobers, so she's seen a lot of your progress as well. Good vibes here. Very nice vibes. Oh. I love that. That's got to become a full one. It's got to become, you got to convert that. A+, brother. Nicely done. Love that drop. Really cool. Exactly. John Jill says, I almost completely scrapped this track. That's crazy. You're crazy. Very well done. It's a mood. The visuals go along with it perfectly too. Very night driving, emotional type of beat. Yeah, so cool. Nicely done. Really good work. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we're cooking up here. My frog friend. Something in the bag for everyone, probably. Okay, gotta weigh the luggage with that. A kazoo, okay, why not? Yo-yo. It is like a little ominous, like snuff filmy. I don't know if anybody else gets that vibe. It is a little bit like I'm expecting him to pull like a human head out of the bag. With peace and love. It's a running theme. I think actually the idea of like having your beat play while you pull random objects out of a bag is probably great for retention. It's probably like, it's like watching an unboxing video. But thank you, Texas Doe, for keeping it original as always.
Not more than just Sprite. It's like he got lights. Robert plug like the
lyrics. I am not responsible for the lyrics, whether they're explicit or not. Hide the small ears.
Whoa, but some ain't seeming right. Let's be honest, boy, you gay as fuck. Don't care if she a dyke. I be damned if I'm dying. So let my music come to light. Don't know why you like let my music come to light. No money, it's a matter really stepping. I know if I shit funny. Late night parking lot shit. Bitches how it coming. Late night parking lot shit. Trap steady jump. It's not my fault, yo, but on my dick. Smash back steady fuck her all night. Call you on the line. Hear it steady coming. Late night parking. Tights fiending.
Peace and love. I think there was some homophobia at the beginning there, though. So, Superman, just careful on that front. I don't know. I'm not going to do a genius lyrics deciphering there. But let's just move on. Niels is up next. Oh, sorry. Nice. Great ending. Well done. Yes, yes, yes. Niels, do you have a plan for post Beattober? Like, do you want to do anything with these tracks? I can imagine you setting these all up in sort of a live performance situation, you know, like some kind of piano bar. You bring the tracks, do your improvisation on the piano, and just move between the tracks. Jacob says, do you listen to rap music in general? You don't seem like a hip-hop guy. No, I wouldn't say I listen to a lot of rap or hip-hop, but I listen to some stuff. I don't talk about it a lot because, you know, to be honest, I was, like, for production, a huge inspiration for me is Kanye West, but he's, like, had so much, not just controversy, but, like offensive, poor behavior that I don't want to, you know, that I don't want to amplify in any way. However, so I don't talk about it a lot, but the music is phenomenal, right? So that's the unfortunate part of that. So that kind of kills my vibe on that front, but yeah, I mean, I pretty much am listening to K-pop 90% of the time, just so you all know, which does have rap in it. Let's go, Jimmy. Wow. Young and talented, my friend. A fine entry for the Jamstick X Beattober bounty. Well done. Okay. A young Steve Vai. Connor's loving the sweeps. Oh, Arnie, former Jamstick bounty winner, says the next MIDI guitar winner. Arnie's like calling it right there as we see it. Very cool. Well, Jamstick just got shipped. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I know there's been a lot of other strong guitar entries as well, so I think it will be a difficult category to judge this year for sure. But speaking of that, let's see what Arnie's cooking up for us over here. Oh, tell me about that coffee for a minute. Oh, and the t-shirt. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Wait, Arnie, how many prizes have you won? That's what I want to know. Cool. I love the little Gengar too. Yes. Thanks for picking up all that Beattober merch. I love the new logo. This logo is new, right? Very cool logo. I might do a little gradient behind it or something just so we can separate it from the background a little more. Very cool. Very, very cool. What is the cool box you're using? Connor asks. I know what it is. Very cool. Yes, very nice and chill vibe. And putting all the tools to good use. That's awesome. It's so cool. I feel like we need I feel like there are some graduates of TAETRO's School of Music. You know what I mean? I'm not taking credit for it. I'm sure y'all learn in a lot of different ways. But I mean, like, there's a tier of producers in this community and artists in this community that I would like to do something for. Like, I know how to help the beginners. I can very easily help the beginners with tutorials and all that. What can I do for sort of like the top tier producers in the community to help you get to the next level? I don't know if any thoughts come to mind. How can we keep the army progressing throughout their journey? Let's see what you got, Tiffany. Yeah, thanks so much for doing the beattober.com/donate tag and talking about it in the captions. Really appreciate when people do that. Also, I want to say, as I listened to this beat, when the sax came in, it was reminding me of like Timbaland style. And then when the trumpets started coming in, it really reminded me of like a Shakira song or something, or like Pitbull maybe. I don't know, but very cool collection of sounds. Even when the text came in after and everything sort of like came full blast, that sounded cool too. Nice, Tiffany. You're getting creative with the videos and stuff too. Well done. If I may, I think there's a lot of music production communities out there where there ain't a lot of women who feel comfortable being a part of certain communities out here in the music production space. So all of that is to say, shout out to my ladies in the audience. Also, shout out to any of the NBs or wherever you fall on the gender spectrum, because it's a bit of a sausage fest out here. I'll say that. It can be a bit of like a overbearing place for non-men, which shout out to all my dogs out there. Gentlemen, be out there, be gentlemen. But unfortunately, some of our fellow men do not make it a welcome place for non-males. So just a note on that. I'm happy to see that we have lots of women NBs in this community. I feel like it's a good sign. It's a good sign that we have a healthy, welcoming community, and I want to continue to make it a welcoming place. So if any people ever have suggestions or if everything doesn't seem welcoming at any point, please let me know right away. Winston, what are we cooking up here? Very cool, Winston. Winston, I'm going to issue a personal challenge to you because you were talking last night during the stream with Daltrick about being inspired by those push videos. I think you could convert this song easily into a pretty dope push performance. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to like go crazy with the finger drumming or anything. But I think between like queuing a couple samples in, changing scenes, and doing some performance effects on the knobs, I think you could convert this track into a pretty dope performance. So I'm going to issue that challenge to you, Winston. It's October 19th. You have until October 31st to convert this beat into a push performance and film a video and post it to YouTube Shorts. Doesn't have to be a fancy video. Just take your phone or whatever, point it at you, do the performance on push, post it to YouTube Shorts. That's my official challenge to you, Winston. I think you can definitely do it. Everybody else think Winston can do it? What do we think? Wizlow, let's see what you're cooking up. Bass is in my brain at the moment. I love some of the textures in the percussion stuff. That bass is coming through super loud though. It's taking over the other elements. Nice, Wislow. Yeah, that's always frustrating if you do what Wislow is doing, like just going straight from the DAW into a recording device. Like you can't make any changes later. That's the most scary part of it. So I've gotten better at just doing a short test, like play the loudest part of your track, do a short test recording, and listen back to it in like real headphones, or even just on your phone, and be like, oh, there's something out of whack here, because I've done like full performances where I've like got the audio straight recorded to a recorder or something, and I'm like, damn, the lead thing was too loud and it's super annoying. But I feel the struggle on that for sure. CW, let's get it going. Another guitar. That was so cool. It's hard. Are we all bobbing our heads? I think for sure we are. Please don't forget, folks, you can go give a follow to any of these artists out there. Go give a follow, go show some love in the comments. There's no comments on this video. You all are like, oh dang, it's so cool, it's so cool. But look at this. There's no comments on this video. It's a shame. I guess I could do my part. Where's my emojis? I need the fire emoji, obviously. Actually, I'll do fireman. Fireman. The fireman's coming, breaking down the door. The track is playing and the fireman's like, oh, emergency. It's crazy. Well done, Connor. Vadim. The spooky, wintry vibes. I'm into it. Desolate winter. You nailed the eeriness of it, my friend, for sure. What's our donation number at, by the way? I need to check it. Oh, $1,103? If somebody hit us with a $7 dono, we could round that up. Who can hit us with a $7 dono and round us up? That's like 3 people donating $2.30, 33 cents, right? You all saw my math last time. Yeah, thank you for the ambient spooky vibes, Vadim. A $7 dono puts us over the edge to round us up for the day, for the weekend. And you all should watch out, because I think we're gonna be live again Monday. And I'm 99% certain that we're going to launch a new challenge on Monday. But I haven't gotten confirmation yet, and I might just launch it anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, an anonymous dono. $7. Anonymous. I was supposed to make an announcement that the YouTube donation, it defaults to anonymous. So there's no need for anybody to be anonymous. You can let us know who you are, but just make note that it does automatically default. And One Suave Studio, thank you so much for the reminder. Thumbs up on the stream if you haven't yet. A lot of you say this is like an awesome place and you love this community, etc. Tell more people about it. That helps a lot, but obviously just liking the stream helps more people find the stream. So, yeah. That's how it goes. Let's see what we got here from Ali. Jazzy Hop. Bill Evans sample. Oh, Superman, you're the anonymous? Bum, 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 bum. Connor, there's a question about finding you on Instagram from Hewitt in chat. That was nice. I like the out the door shooting too. Creative shot. And the sample was flipped well. Well done. All right, our final beat here in the Discord stream beat review channel, unless anybody wants to throw one in, somebody who hasn't submitted yet. It's your last chance to drop one in, is from Accent Noir. Accent Noir making the long tunes. We'll listen to at least a minute of it. Let's hear what you got cooking. Makes me wonder, I'm curious what Transit 2 could do for some of these sounds here, especially that string sound, if you could get something reacting in Transit 2. Just saying. Jimmy has a good question, Accent Noir in chat. Perfect. Accent Noir, what are you doing to get the evolving chords? Like, how are you doing the droning? Share a little bit about your process with us. I would love to know. I'm just going to pull that down because we can let that kind of drift away in the back. Why not? Folks, proud of all of you that are participating in Beattober. If you weren't able to share a beat today, that's okay. If you haven't even started participating in Beattober yet, that's also okay. You could start posting tomorrow if you want. But if you're just here along for the ride and you're just not doing Beattober, but you love the vibes, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to everybody who submitted music and has been working hard on Beattober music. Thank you to everybody who also donated. I wanted to remind everybody that we're doing another giveaway, and I'll just give one last plug for Transit 2, which we were checking out today. This music that Accent Noir made that we're listening to now, I definitely think Transit 2 could have a big impact on some of those sounds. If you tuned in late, we did some demonstration of how you can make some ambient soundscapes with Transit 2, but you can obviously do a lot more with it. Right now there's an intro sale. It's 40% off, so it's $79, and I've got the 10% off code in the description as well, TAETRO 10, but you don't need to jump into buying it at all. You can just get the free trial, let the trial run out, and let yourself know if you really like it or if it's just hyped because we're talking about it today. You know, make your decision for you, but I enjoy using it as a sound design tool now because now I can do a lot more than just transitions. So that is the big plus of Transit 2. And I gotta thank Baby Audio for sponsoring this stream. And not only are they sponsoring the stream, but they sponsored the giveaway at the top of the stream. And they sponsored the giveaway right now at the end of the stream. We're going to be giving away BA1 from Baby Audio, which is a synth by them. So if you need a new synth in your life, this is your chance. Just for being here, just for being in chat. Like I said, it does help the whole cause. So BA1 analog modeled synth. We're going to give that away right now. Thank you to Baby Audio for giving a bunch of codes. We've already done some giveaways, but now it's time to give away BA1. So real quick, before we spam the chat, which is what you'll need to do if you want to win this giveaway, I'm going to type !winner in chat, which you can do as well. And what that does is trigger Nightbot to give you a message of exactly what you need to do in order to win this giveaway. Or not win, what you need to do if you win. First step, you need to put your Instagram handle in the chat. Second step, you need to message me on Instagram with the prize that you won. And make an account. Yeah, you don't have to do that with Baby Audio though, so don't worry about that. Amos says BA1 is goated. Good to know. Yeah, if you have BA1 already and you win this drawing, we'll talk about it. Also, if you already won a drawing today or yesterday, let's spread the love to some other folks. Okay. Wislow says, if I win, skip me. I own and love this one. I also love Crystalline. Good to know. Yeah, Baby Audio, they make some great plugins. But go ahead for Baby Audio. I'm going to put a timer on the clock. Go ahead and spam your baby-related emojis. You have 1 minute just to spam the chat. That is how Nightbot knows that you're in chat and eligible for the giveaway. Spam that chat with babies for the next minute. It sounds so bizarre. Sorry. Spam that chat with babies. You heard it first. And thank you, Accent Noir, for providing us with this nice background ambient. I don't know. I'm turning down the wrong thing. There we go. Nice background ambient. I'm going to actually press play on the project we worked on earlier and get us another little ambient bed. 30 more seconds, folks, to enter. Spam that chat. And a reminder that we are raising money for the Music and Youth Initiative all month long. That's that donate button that you see on the stream. If you don't see the donate button, it's not available in your region. Beattober.com/donate, and you can find out all about the good cause we're raising money for all Beattober long. But I do love having this community come together to give back to a good cause. And for me, I love Beattober as well because I get to give back to the community. And I go and knock on the doors of all those sponsors from the past year and say, hey, let's give back to the community and let's raise money for a good cause. Let's give some stuff away. So that's what we're up to here. The timer is running down. I'm going to call a winner. Let me get the winner thing rolled up. Okay, timer is running out. Timer is finished. If you are the winner, please pay attention to the message from Nightbot. That tells you exactly what you need to do once you win. If you don't follow those steps, I will give your giveaway to somebody else. Let's roll it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it. Vadim with the eerie ambient vibes. Are you here, Vadim? You must be here because you submitted music. I know that you're here. Let's play the other oh gosh, I messed up everything. That's okay. Vadim is here. Okay. Follow the steps. Please follow the steps. The next step is to type your Instagram handle into chat. Very good, very good, very good. Yes, what a fun little stream. I pretty much X'd out of all my background music options. But I hope you all had fun here on a Saturday afternoon. Vadim, just waiting for you to text your Instagram handle in the chat. And then you will have to also message me on Instagram with your prize, with what your prize is. So please do that. Please, please, please. Superman still spamming the pregnant emotes. We're going to be live again on Monday. I will keep y'all posted on what that stream is. I think it'll be a little bit of a, not too big of a surprise, but a little bit of a surprise. I hope that we can pull it off. Shouldn't be an issue. Just waiting for confirmation from the sponsor that we can do it and there's no problem. But yeah, I've enjoyed these past couple days. Daltrick came and made everything just that much more special. So if you didn't watch yesterday's stream, it was a 5-hour stream, which I can't believe, but it's worth diving back into to see the beat making challenge, to see us eat some bugs, all of the above. And then today, making the cool ambient stuff with Transit 2. I'm glad we could make that another preset that I didn't even intend to make today. I'll probably retitle this stream retroactively to like Transit 2 is perfect for ambient soundscapes or something like that. But thank you all for being such a supportive community and supporting each other throughout Beattober. Do continue to do that. We're over the halfway mark, so give yourselves a round of applause. We're well over the halfway mark. So if you've been keeping up with Beattober, no matter what your level of challenge is, whether you're making a beat every day or once a week or 3 times a week, whatever, pat yourself on the back. Will Monday's stream be evening? No, Monday's stream will be a morning stream, which is generally better for the wider international audience. I know that doesn't work too well for some folks that will have work, but we've done evening and afternoon, so Monday we'll do a morning stream. But don't forget that you can always watch the streams again later. If you go to my channel on the live tab, they're always there. Once I get that stream scheduled and up, I will post about it in the Discord, and I always post stuff on like Threads or Instagram stories, so if you're following in all the right places, you're bound to see it eventually. But yeah, that's it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wislow says, you did the transit thing really well today. Just grabbed it. Good to know. Okay. I'm glad it appealed to some of you. And, at the same time, if some of you are not into it, I'm glad you could make that decision for yourself as well. But I got to thank Baby Audio for sponsoring today's stream. I'll tell you what, I've been working with them for a little bit now, doing like performance videos for different plugins each month. And like I did that video with them in Seoul, and that was a great experience. It's great to work with a company that like is down for cool creative ideas and will be like, hey, do you want to make cool music and a cool video like while you're doing your travels? It's a cool way to sustain my work as an artist and also like showcase cool music tech stuff. But that's it, everybody. Time to turn off the lights, call it a day for the weekend, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, and enjoy your Sunday. That's going to be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.